Is the RV lifestyle changing? Absolutely. If you've been on the road for several years like we have, actually we've been on the road for over 8 years, then you've probably noticed it too. Some changes are great, some make life easier, but honestly, some of them are not so great. Today we're looking at the top 10 trends changing full-time RV life in 2026. I'm Alec. Welcome back to Sharing the Journey. Let's hit the road. Number 10. Smaller RVs are becoming more popular. 5 years ago, everybody wanted the biggest fifth wheel they could tow. And we currently manage a campground in Chatsworth, New Jersey called Waiting Pines. Before that, we were down at Myrtle Beach, managing a campground down there. Before that, Texas, Montana, and one thing I've seen is a lot of the older campgrounds have smaller RV sites, and we were struggling with the big fifth wheels. But today, many full-timers are downsizing. Cindy and I, we currently live in a 32-foot Tiffin motorhome. Smaller rigs mean, but not always guaranteed, lower campground fees, better fuel economy, easier parking, more public campground options. And that's honestly why we went with a 32-foot motorhome. Is honestly, that's about as big of a camper you can have to stay in national parks. Our goal is to go to all the national parks. We've been to a few and we hope to go to more. More people are choosing mobility over square footage, and that's why smaller RVs are becoming more popular. Number 9, more people are working from the road. I know Cindy and I have been work camping for the last 8 years. Before that, we worked for Southeastern Publications, and we did campground maps, and we'd go from campground to campground and put together their guest guides for their parks. But working remotely isn't new anymore. I meet many people every week that are working remote jobs because now it's normal. You'll find software developers, customer service rep, YouTubers, online teachers. We had a lady stay in down in Texas that she taught English over the internet to people in China. And business owners are working from campgrounds. They're managing their businesses. All that's needed is reliable internet. Starlink has changed everything. Now I know Cindy and I used a MoFi with a chip in it from Verizon. It was pretty good 80% of the time, but 2 months ago, we got a Starlink Mini, and like I said, it's a game changer. Years ago, we would spend hours searching for a decent campground with Wi-Fi. Little do y'all know that Cindy also does small business bookkeeping while we're on the road. Not only are we in the campgrounds, and so she requires good internet to correspond with the businesses that she helps. Today, almost all RVers that I know that work from the road, they bring their own internet with them. Starlink has made that so much easier, and that has opened thousands of camping opportunities that simply weren't practical before. I know that when we were staying down in Aiken, South Carolina at the state park, we were there doing a campground guide for Southeast Publications. And we had to upload advertisements and changes to the guides via internet, and the park did not have any. We had to drive several miles every evening to go to McDonald's. And back then, you used to have to purchase something to get the Wi-Fi code on your receipt. We'd buy ourselves a drink. We would sit down and spend an hour and a half in the McDonald's so we'd have internet. No more. Starlink has changed that. More people are using AI while traveling. I know that I use AI for my YouTube channel to help with research and that sort of stuff. And it surprised me the more and more people I talk to that are using artificial intelligence. You know, it used to be, I know my grandson got in trouble because he was using ChatGPT to do his homework. Well, RVers are using it too. But they use it to plan routes, to find local attractions, to research campgrounds, to create meal plans, to budget their trips. It's, you know, I met a guy that even uses it to edit his YouTube videos. I don't do that. I do all the editing myself, but I do use it to help me come up with topics and to plan out the flow of some of my YouTube videos. It's just another tool in the toolbox. Campgrounds are, this is number 6. Campgrounds are becoming destinations. Now, what do I mean by that? If you see behind me, I don't know if you can see it. If I move the camera, maybe you can. But last year we installed a jumping pillow, and some of the campers here got together and put in a Gaga pit. I just spent $24,000 putting a new liner in an 80,000 gallon swimming pool. We have theme weekends, we have concerts, we have a seasonal lounge, we have a kitchen. We have all kinds of stuff at this campground. But we've been to many that have pickleball courts, full restaurants. We have one here that's open on the weekends. Concerts, like I mentioned. We have a huge dog park that's the size of a tennis court here. Resort pools, I just mentioned that we upgraded ours. Fitness center, the campground we stay at in Blairsville, Georgia, over the winter. They have a sauna, a steam room, a hot tub, full weight set, huge clubhouse, 2 swimming pools, one heated, one not. They have organized activities. People aren't just camping anymore. They are vacationing. And one good thing about going to a campground, I know we used to like to do this when our kids were little. We had a little pop-up and we would camp, and we would go to like one of the big resorts at Myrtle Beach. It's about an hour and a half from our house. What we liked about it is when we got there, we never had to leave the campground. They had shuffleboard, swimming pools, the beach, playgrounds, basketball courts, you name it, they had it. My kids growing up never knew there was a boardwalk at Myrtle Beach, because when we got to Pirate Land, we never left. Work camping is exploding. That's what Cindy and I do, and we love it. We've been managing this campground 2nd year, have plans on coming back next year. But with the prices rising, many retirees are choosing to work camp. That's what we did. We found out we really couldn't live off my retirement. A few days a week can provide you free campsites, utilities, sometimes wages. At this campground, you get paid for all your wages, and a chance to meet incredible people. It's become one of the easiest ways to stretch your retirement income, and that is what Cindy and I have had to do. Is we've been work camping for 8 years, because with the rise of prices and fuel and camping, is we could not afford to live this lifestyle if we weren't working on the road. And the main attraction that we have with work camping is free lodging. We save thousands of dollars every year just by the accommodations we get when we work camp. We only work places that we get to stay for free. More RVers are creating multiple income streams. Again, I hate to say, but that's what we're doing. Many full-timers no longer depend on retirement income. We have an eBay store. I'll list it down below. We make YouTube videos. You're watching one, and thanks. KDP books from Amazon. We wrote a cookbook. I'll link that down below. And we sell multiple copies of that every month. We do affiliate marketing. Anytime I put a link in one of these videos or mentions, like I mentioned Starling, you'll be able to find in the description and the pinned comment of this video an Amazon link for Starling. Now, if you go and click on it, and even if you don't buy it, if you buy something else, let's say you click on there and buy and don't buy the Starlink, but you buy a pack of Scrub Daddy sponges for $9. We get a commission on that. So, and for the next 24 hours, anything else you buy after that. An Etsy shop, we have not done that. Consulting, so we met, I'm trying to think of where we were. I think we were up in Montana, up on Polson, Montana on Flathead Lake. I met a lady there that she used to own a bunch of exercise gyms, and she sold them all. But she still does consulting for the franchise that she had her gyms with. I don't remember the name of it, but and so that's what she did. And then she would even travel to the places that the new gyms, Retro Fitness, I think is the name of it. But she would travel then to, if you're opening up a new gym and you've got the franchise and you wanted to pay her, she would help you with the setup and the promotions and all that today. But technology has made earning income on the road easier. Like I said, we sell on eBay. We make YouTube videos. We do KDB books. Now, and we do affiliate marketing. And we don't make a lot of money on it. I make about $100 a month on KDP. I make about $225 a month on YouTube. eBay is the biggest one. I make $400 or $500 a month on eBay. Then I make another $40 to $50 from Amazon. It all adds up. You add that to the work camping, and Cindy and I are able to, and Cindy's accounting business. So you add all that together and we're able to live a pretty decent lifestyle. So more and more people are able to hit the road because there's multiple ways to make a living. Public camping is getting harder to find. This is one trend that none of us really like. Popular public campgrounds fill months in advance. Try to get into one of the national parks. Boondocking has become crowded. The only place we boondock at Walmarts and Cracker Barrels when we're traveling from point A to point B. We've pulled into a Walmart and found 10 or 11 RVs there and moved on to the next place because it was just too crowded. A lot of the Cracker Barrels only have 4 spots available. So we've gotten to where we stop early because public camping is getting harder to find. Even if you try to do state parks, even some of the state parks are filling up early, and don't try to find a place on a holiday weekend. Now, when we first hit the road 8.5 years ago, Cindy and I were moving every couple of days, or we would stay, if we were working a job for Southeast Publications, we would stay for 2 weeks and then we would be moving down the road. That gets expensive. So instead of constantly moving, many travelers are slowing down 1 month. We rent a monthly spot here to guests for $1,200 a month. The park we did down near Myrtle Beach, we rented a spot to a guest for a month for $795 a month. So where you are and the seasonality of the campground does that. We also here at this park offer a summer special where you can come in for even more of a reduced rate, come in and stay for 3 months, or you can stay the entire season. Cindy and I have gotten to where we like to stay 5 to 7 months, and we like to immerse ourselves in the culture of the area before we move on. And that seems to be the way that RVing is going. I'll give you an example here. We have 300 sites here. Now, 16 of those sites are cabins, but 210 of those sites are seasonals that we rent to people that come and stay the entire 7 months. Longer stays, they reduce your fuel cost, allow people to really experience an area, like I said, and they make it easier to build friendships and relationships. We stayed 6 months in Rockport, Texas, and a couple we met there are now here at this park, staying and visiting, and we've just built friendships across the country. Number 1, RV is becoming a lifestyle, not just a retirement. The biggest changes may be this: people of every age are embracing the RV life. Young families, remote workers, early retirees, empty nesters. The RV community is becoming more diverse than ever before. It's not just weekend travelers anymore. And despite its challenges, the freedom of this lifestyle continues to attract new people every year. Campgrounds are getting crowded, and they're not building that many new ones. So I have a question for you. You can put them in the comment. Which of these trends have you noticed? Maybe I missed one. You can list that down below. Just please leave a comment below. I'd love to hear what's changing where you travel. Lately, we've just been going up and down the East Coast because we have family obligations back in South Carolina. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe, to like, to share it, to do all the things that help the algorithm pick this video up. So until next time, keep sharing your journey, and thank y'all again for joining us on this week's vlog. Stay safe, and I'll see you down the road.